was interesting. What did you make of his vibe overall?
I think something mentally wrong with him. I don't think he's like all the way there mentally. I think he's crazy.
Legit?
That's my opinion. Yeah, I think he's legit crazy. I think something really wrong with him, but that's what make him dangerous. I think them the guys is the most dangerous people, them delusional, crazy people who want to be the best and want their spot at greatness. So I gotta respect it, but I think something is definitely off with him.
When it comes to it, competition is competition, man. This is competition and currency, and you can't be friends in this game. I don't see it. I think that's what makes them soft. It's what makes our era a little bit fragile. So I think the guys like myself that still carry that with the heart of a champion and holding the Ring Magazine world title, I think that maybe we have a different form of looking at it and make boxing great again.
Stevenson didn't dance around the topic when the cameras went live. He marched directly into what he believed was true and called out Teofimo Lopez without hesitation.
I don't carry it that way.
But you're in my way.
The mentality is never going to be that way.
But you're in my way. But you're in my way. So I got to move you out my way. That's how I look at this.
Nope.
Ain't nobody taking food off my table. That's all I'm going to say.
But I'll tell you this, though. You bit more than you could chew.
That's cool. You can feel that way.
For sure.
But come fight night, you're going to realize this is a lot different than being on the outside than being inside of there.
As they all say.
Okay. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Oh my God, mentally, okay. I'm talking about I'm slow in the boxing ring, right?
Mentally.
I'm talking about the boxing ring, what you was talking about. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Okay, you're gonna see. I promise you're gonna see.
Shakur came right out and said it. Something seems off mentally with Teofimo. He labeled him crazy. In that specific way, fighters recognize immediately. Not trying to insult, but sending a clear message. That wild energy is precisely what makes him lethal between the ropes. One of those raw moments, where straight talk cuts deeper than any setup insult. So Teo, did that hit you the same way when you watched him coming up as an amateur?
I'll be honest, I'm gonna be real honest. He was a lot better younger.
Oh, he was better when he was younger?
Especially at the JOs, Junior
you
Olympics.
were
whooping feet, yo.
All right. He was crazy with it.
Yeah, he was mad nice.
You don't think he developed enough power or something?
It's not about the power. I think that he just focusing too much on one arsenal.
What, the defense?
Yeah, defense. Just defense.
Yo, don't tell me too much, because I don't want you to say that you told me the game plan, you gave this, so I don't want no excuses.
So y'all know
don't
each
say
other.
too
Y'all
much.
already know each other.
Canelo Crawford.
No, I could give him that. I could tell him all the game plans and everything, because a true master in anything in boxing, the sport, you got to master yourself. You got to learn how to beat yourself. So if I give you all the tools on how to beat me, and I beat you,
I already know how to beat you, bro.
Nobody beat me.
I already know how to beat you.
All right, well.
Shakur's basically explaining how being unpredictable becomes your best tool when you master it. But then the conversation shifted to skill levels and he didn't sugarcoat anything. Made it crystal clear that putting Teofimo in there with Terrence Crawford would be a disaster for one fighter in particular.
For Teo, full stop.
He's talking about, like, once he gets through you, then he wants Crawford, names like that. How do you think he would do against someone like Terrence at this point?
I think he gets knocked out.
Can't even hang with him.
Yeah, he's too little. But it's too big for him.
Right. As far as skills, though, do you think he's on par with the likes of Terrence?
I'm not gonna say he's on the Terrence Crawford level of skills, but he's very skillful. He got a lot of things with him that puts him at a high level.
Here's what makes this whole thing even wilder. The contrast with history tells the real story. There's throwback footage from December 2018, showing genuine respect flowing between Shakur, Stevenson, and Teofimo Lopez. Real admiration existed before all the high-stakes pressure hit.
Okay, what is it so special about Shakur?
The way he is, he's just technical, you know? He's very smart when he's in there. You know, he's still young. We're both the same age, 20 years old, but we got a lot to learn.
Championship belts and media attention completely rewrote the script between them. That's what gives this whole rivalry its bite. This isn't manufactured drama for social media. This grew from familiarity, mutual respect, and two championship-level fighters who understand exactly what the other brings to the table.
Shakur, you know, he's getting up there, so his name speaks for itself. You know, he's a 2016 silver medalist. So, you know, and one of the best in that fought in the amateurs in USA. So it speaks for itself. Shakur Stevenson is here for the present and the future of boxing.
So then Terrence Crawford decided to weigh in, and this part gets accidentally hilarious. Bud starts by giving everyone their proper credit as elite fighters. Then he casually flips the switch and calls the Teofimo fight complete garbage, like he's discussing yesterday's leftovers. No emotion, no dramatic pause, just ice-cold honesty. When someone as surgical and respected as Crawford delivers that kind of assessment, it cuts deeper than any heated argument could. Classic Terrence, right there.
Great. Tank Davis. Great. Pitbull Cruz. Great. Teofimo Lopez. Trash.
Right after listening to Terrence Crawford deliver those brutally calm judgments, everything gets turned up another level when Ryan Garcia decides to jump in. Because Ryan discussing boxing always feels like half-serious analysis mixed with group chat chaos, I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, this is exactly how real fighters break down matchups when they think nobody official is listening. No corporate polish, no media training, just raw predictions flying around like weekend poker talk. Ryan picking Shakur Stevenson by decision isn't some throwaway guess either. He's breaking it down like, listen, this becomes a thinking man's game before it becomes a war zone.
All right, Shakur, I know we were, going at it right now, but I do have you beating him. I do see that your style, he can't with. Oh, sorry, damn, I cussed myself. My
And
bad.
you're on
Damn,
the
my
show.
bad.
That's the second leg for you.
That's a fawn, yo. That's a fawn.
But there, I gotta say one thing, Teofimo does got that rock on him. He has that one punch power. I see that, you fought a little different with what's his name, Cepeda. Do you think you're gonna fight that same way, or it's gonna be a little different? I see it a little different, but
when I fight Teo, I'm gonna have to fight different that night. I could do it all, bro. I got so much things in my arsenal to where I could do everything that I need to do to come out victorious.
I'm actually nodding along with his main argument here. Teofimo doesn't bring the kind of relentless forward pressure that forces Shakur to panic and circle constantly. Shakur isn't worried about getting overwhelmed by volume. He's watching for those explosive moments, maybe one or two fight-changing shots per round. When Ryan starts talking about things getting messy in the later rounds, that's not disrespect talking, that's experience speaking. He's essentially saying once Shakur figures out the timing patterns, the whole puzzle starts falling apart.
What? Teofimo don't even put pressure like that. How can he be on a pedal bite if he don't put no pressure, real pressure like that?
But Teo could crack a little bit.
Yeah, he could crack, but he's not a pressure fighter.
They both got tough defense, though.
Yeah, Shakur just has to watch for a single shot here, a single shot there. He's not going to worry about volume, coming forward, hard-hitting guys. He's going to be watching for 1-2 shots at a time. Teofimo just doesn't put pressure like that for Shakur to even run,
The best part is hearing how convinced everyone sounds while completely contradicting each other. Like they're wagering pocket change, but discussing career legacies. You've got one camp saying Shakur systematically breaks him down, the other side insisting Teofimo eventually finds the knockout shot, and nobody's willing to budge an inch. When Ryan drops that southpaw counterpuncher observation like it's game over, you can tell he's visualizing a stylistic nightmare, not a highlight reel moment. Whether you buy into it or not, this wasn't social media noise. These were fighters debating inches, split-second timing, and ingrained habits.
That's just what it is. Unless he changes up his whole game plan and his whole fighting style, which he possibly could, and shock me. But at the end of the day, Shakur's gonna pick him apart. I can see it, bro. One, Teo don't even do good with counter punchers, and another thing, he don't even do good with southpaws. And now you got a southpaw counter puncher? Oh, bro, this is a bad matchup for Teo. Bad matchup.
It's gonna be like Sandor Martin all over again.
Right after Ryan finished breaking everything down like a midnight group debate, the whole atmosphere completely changes when Teofimo Lopez grabs the microphone. This is where quiet confidence transforms into pure fire. I'm listening to this thinking, okay, this isn't promotional trash talk anymore. This is Teofimo operating in full protagonist mode. The man is standing there discussing how eyes never lie, how legacy gets written in real time, and fighting at Madison Square Garden like it's his personal theater of dreams. And honestly, I understand the mindset. When Teofimo talks about risking everything each time out, no rematch safety clauses, no corporate protection, that's not empty bravado. That's a fighter who genuinely believes pressure creates diamonds instead of dust. You can hear it in how relaxed he sounds. Cracking jokes one moment, preaching about brickness the next, like his mind is already at peace while everyone else is stressing. What makes this fascinating is how he addresses the mental game discussion. He's not running from the chaos label, he's owning it completely. He's basically saying, this is who I am. If that messes with your head, that becomes your problem to solve.
Talk to me about this fight. Were there any concessions you have to make, any stipulations that are of interest? Is there a rematch clause in this?
No rematch clause. We risk it all the time. No need for a rematch clause. Oh my goodness, man, this thing means everything to me. This is just another fighter, another column into my own pedigree, to my own style. This is what it is, you know, and what better way than here at Madison Square Garden. This will be number 10 fighting here in the Mecca. This will be number 5 in the big room. So I'm very blessed, I'm very thankful, and nevertheless, man, I want more. Let's see who we get after this. We just gotta keep it going, man. We're not even in our prime yet. You know I said it earlier, but we're not in our prime yet.
That's vintage Teofimo, right there. When he gets comfortable being the wild card, that's usually when he becomes most dangerous inside those ropes. I also appreciate how he keeps returning to personal growth, discussing improved footwork, lessons absorbed, constant evolution. Like this fight isn't just about defeating Shakur Stevenson, it's about reaching another level of his own development. Then there's that familiar underdog mentality creeping back into his voice. Him questioning why the boxing world keeps sleeping on him, why he's always the fighter people doubt until the arena lights come on and reality hits. You can feel that hunger burning underneath everything. The confidence isn't polished or media trained, it's raw, slightly unpredictable, but rooted in genuine self-belief. When he starts mapping out future possibilities, even bringing up Devin Haney's name, you realize this isn't just about one Saturday night for Teofimo. This is about launching a statement tour. You might not agree with every word he says, but one thing becomes clear. He's not showing up to survive 12 rounds. He's showing up to force the entire narrative to bend toward his vision.
I'm gonna say it to you guys. If you want to be liked in boxing, be good at it. You want to be loved in boxing, be great at it, or be the best at it. But if you want to be hated in boxing, be the greatest at it. It's just point blank period, and I think that's what it is. And what it comes down to is that they got to bring a lightweight to come over here and try to take and dethrone Teofimo because they got no other options. I'm excited for this whole thing, and whether they get it right or wrong, at the end of the day, the right person's gonna win that night, and that'll be Teofimo.
Right after Teofimo finished speaking like someone who already conquered the storyline in his imagination, everything subtly shifts when Abel Sanchez enters the conversation. Now we're moving past emotional takes into pure strategic analysis. I'm listening to Abel and thinking, yeah, this is that old school trainer wisdom, where feelings get left in the parking lot. He's essentially explaining to us, look, this fight isn't about who generates more noise during the buildup. It's about controlling distance, maintaining discipline, and who cracks under pressure first. From his perspective, Shakur Stevenson wins by keeping things clean and systematic, staying within his strengths, and turning the boxing ring into advanced geometry class. But here's where it gets interesting. Abel isn't giving Teofimo any easy passes either. He's saying it straight up. If Teofimo Lopez tries to play it safe and wait around, you're getting a staring contest that satisfies nobody. So Teo has to completely flip his approach, take the lead, apply pressure, force Shakur to react instead of dictate.
Or uncomfortable.
Shakur's a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him, but I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you in, he wants to counter punch. He's gonna have to be a different guy this time. He's gonna have to attack. He's gonna have to be leading the fight, or else it's gonna be a boring fight. I don't think it'll be a boring fight, but if he sits back and waits for Shakur's going to wait for him, then it's not going to be exciting. But I think Teofimo will attack. I think Teofimo has to attack. I think Teofimo has to do what Zepeda did, except for Teofimo's a lot more talented than Zepeda was.
That's where this analysis gets really spicy. Abel isn't forecasting fireworks. He's forecasting pure tension. The type of fight where both guys claim rounds, exchange key moments, and have you debating with your crew by the 10th round. When Abel settles on predicting a draw, that's when I really sit up and pay attention. Because that's not a safe prediction. That's embracing maximum chaos. A draw means neither fighter completely dominates, nobody gets embarrassed, and everybody walks away with more questions than answers. I love his framing of Shakur as one of those fighters who might be too technically gifted for mainstream appeal. That Andre Ward comparison tells the whole story right there. If Teofimo pressures him correctly, Shakur might end up looking absolutely brilliant while still leaving casual fans feeling disconnected. As for Teofimo, Abel basically says the name value alone provides enough motivation to drag him into peak physical condition at 40 pounds. No cutting corners, no partial commitment.
So I think that, honestly, I see a draw. I don't know why I see a draw, but I just see them both having great rounds and giving us the kind of fight that I think the public is looking for.
I know for a while there we were hearing that Teo might be moving up to 147. Are you surprised that he's still hanging around at 140? I mean, would you want to see him move up?
No, I think the challenge of it, the name Shakur, is going to make him make the weight just the way he has to. I don't think he'll sacrifice because I think he knows that he's going to have to be in tip-top shape physically and emotionally to be able to beat Shakur. No, I'm happy that he's there because he's fighting a big name.
He's stepping in there against exactly what the fans have been demanding. What this breakdown tells me is straightforward. This isn't about entertainment versus technical precision. It's about sustained pressure versus calculated patience. If Teofimo attacks the way he absolutely must, Shakur gets forced to reveal every dimension of his skill set. If he doesn't, you're witnessing a technical clinic that casual observers won't fully appreciate until years down the road. When a veteran like Abel can't choose a clear winner and sees a draw developing, that's not indecisiveness talking. That's pure respect for how incredibly close this matchup truly is. So when you combine all these perspectives together, the training camps, the mental confidence, the psychological warfare, and the completely different ways people envision this fight unfolding, it becomes obvious we're not walking into a simple victory or defeat scenario. We're heading toward a night that could completely redefine how both fighters get viewed moving forward. You've got Shakur placing his bet on control, composure, and perfect timing. Teofimo wagering everything on pressure, unwavering belief, and that unpredictable energy that can flip entire fights in heartbeats. Respected voices throughout the sport remain completely divided.
Shakur gets criticized for not being, quote, exciting. What do you think of that?
I think that Shakur is the kind of fighter that's so good that kind of like Andre Ward was.
I was just going to say Andre, yeah.
He's so good that he doesn't really have to work that hard. A guy like Teofimo is gonna make him work hard. A guy like Teofimo could make Shakur look like $1 million because he's gonna press him. Shakur's gonna have to use his skills, which are immense, and it's gonna make for a great fight. And we're gonna see if well, at least I will see anyway, if Shakur is the star that I think he is, he just doesn't understand himself.
Some envision a technical masterpiece. Others see controlled chaos. Some even predict a draw. Honestly, that uncertainty is exactly what makes this fight genuinely important. This isn't manufactured hype. This is authentic boxing tension. The kind that builds round by round and has everyone arguing before the final bell stops ringing. Now, it's your turn. Drop your prediction in the comments, and let's really break this down. And remember to smash that like button, share this breakdown, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. Catch you in the next breakdown.